Hello everybody, my name is Gravity and welcome back to Kill or Love. I believe I just started chapter 3, so in the game it looks like it's August 10th. I could write about all the talks we had, about the first night we spent together, about looking for an apartment and then finding it and moving in, about pretty much anything that only involves the two of us, but I think it's time to move on. This isn't a feel-good journal after all. Oh, that's right, he's writing down all the stuff about what was his girlfriend's name? Anna? Somehow, like, he met her, he was a jerk, and she helped him open up, and then they became best buddies, and now they're dating, and somehow he, like, lost his memory, so he doesn't know anything from high school back, and there's, some creepy girl named Anna that's apparently involved in all of this. It was a Thursday, coming up to a year since Grace and I started dating. I was at the cash register. Grace wasn't in the store. An old lady was counting her change slowly and with trembling hands when Anna walked in. Anna didn't buy anything. She went for the register towards me, empty-handed. The sight of her approaching me made my heart start beating like mad. My head hurt. I knew that moment I saw her that she meant trouble. Jack? My God, is that you, Jack? She had the nerve to pretend she stumbled upon me by accident, like she hadn't tracked me down. But I didn't have it together. I couldn't see through her acting. I was confused, panicking, not sure why. Excuse me, miss? Is it you? Please don't cut in line, miss. It's not fair to the other customers. The old lady was still tackling her mess of coins. She didn't seem to notice much around her. Don't play silly with me, Jack. It's you, isn't it? Yes, my name is Jack, but you must got me confused with someone else. There's a lot of Jacks out there. Oh, come on. You're you, all right. You're you, all right. I put a hand on the counter to steady myself. She reached out as if to place her hand on mine. I jerked my hand back like she was going to bite me. It's me. It's Anna. Don't you remember your old friend? No, we've never met. I guess it has been a while. 15 years. Not me. Must be someone else. Anna stared right at me. Through me. I thought I'd either boil or freeze. Sure, it's you. Let's go somewhere and talk about old times. I know a great restaurant just 2 streets over. Look, lady, even if I was this friend of yours, I have a job to do. So let me get on with it. You're bothering the customers. The customers weren't bothered one bit. If they hated anyone, it was probably me. After all, I was being so rude to this pretty, charming girl who only wanted to talk to her friend. That's a good point, Jack. What are you doing in this place? What are you doing in this place? It's a pile of trash. Someone like you doesn't belong here. I was through trying to reason with her. Crossed my arms and said nothing, hoping she wouldn't notice that my heart was pounding way too fast. Anna gave me a good hard look. So that's how it is. I'll see you later, Jack. And she went away. I let out a long breath, and I hadn't noticed I was holding. I felt awful. Even worse, I felt Anna had been right. There had definitely been something familiar about her, but I didn't want to find out more. Next time she comes in, I'll treat her the same way, I told myself. Guessing correctly, there'd be a next time. Guessing wrongly, that'd be at the store. I'll do it again and again until she gives up. I don't know what she wants, but I won't give an inch. The old lady cried out. She found a quarter. August 11th. It's weird, isn't it? How I just write today's date like that and then go right to telling about something that happened months ago. I should write down when that stuff happened. But it was so long ago. I don't think I can remember the exact dates. Who cares? This is only for me anyway. It can be a jumbled mess. Sometimes I feel like I should write more about what's happening now, but nothing is happening. So fuck it. When I told Grace about the girl who called herself Anna and who called me Jack even though we didn't wear name tags. Why aren't you wearing a name tag when you work at a store? Isn't that like standard policy for like all grocery stores? She took it like it was good news. That's amazing, Jack. She must have recognized you from childhood. She said 15 years, didn't she? That's right. That's right from the time you can't remember. I don't know. She might be some sort of scam artist. I just come up with that idea of Anna being a scam artist. It seems a good enough excuse not to go near her again. Yeah, right. Come on, Jack. At least give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't need her, Grace. I've got you. Jack, I'm not telling you to sleep with her. Don't be so rude to her next time, okay? I wasn't being rude. You so were. Okay, so what if I was? It's not fair to her. She seems like a nice girl. And don't you think it'd be good for you too? To be friends with her? No, not really. She could tell you about your past. Then maybe some things would start making sense. You could put whatever happened behind you. But nothing happened. Something must have happened, Jack. People don't... Grace fell silent. Instead of continuing, she started running her fork through the peas on her plate. We were having dinner. People don't what? Well, people don't do that at night, unless something happened to them. What does he do at night? Scream? No, well, I don't think anything happened to me, but I sometimes have dreams where I end up yelling in my sleep. I keep telling you, it must be some weird kind of insomnia. Nothing more. Sleeping pills don't work on it. Something will, eventually. But why not try this? The memories you have, it's like they want out. I think they should get out too. Then you won't be scared of whatever's happening anymore. And how does that work exactly? You'll be able to face it properly. It helps me a lot, you know, thinking about what happened to me, seeing it's not so bad as I thought it was. I stubbornly refused to answer and went on eating like there hadn't been a conversation at all. What Grace had referred to was something I'd only recently found out. Apparently, I shouted and kicked at night a lot. Sometimes I all out screamed. Yeah, that's actually happened to me a lot before. I have pretty vivid dreams. And sometimes in my dream, and tell me if you've like had this experience before, you're trying to yell in your dream, but you can't because, you know, in real life you're sleeping, so your yells when in your dream are like super quiet, and but you're trying to like scream, and all of a sudden I'm like yelling in like real like life, and I wake myself up and my husband up and be like, "Why are you yelling?" Like, I was having a dream. But yeah, so I think it's okay. I think it's kind of cool that I can dream that vividly. Sometimes they're nightmares. Sometimes I'm just shouting. But honestly, just me personally, I think it's kind of cool. But I know a lot of people like struggle with it, and it's difficult for them. But yeah, that's something that's happened to me before. I've never really like kicked or anything, at least not that I know of. I'm pretty sure if I like kicked and thrashed in my sleep, my husband would have told me already. I think I just yell. Is that funny? Well, my small child thinks that's funny. Maybe I do all the. Maybe I do all. Maybe I still do all that. Who knows? I mean, I think that does have like a medical like disorder name. I don't know, like night terrors. Yeah. At least I don't feel like I'm terrified. It's just I yell. Maybe the staff and patients here are too polite to point it out. No, I don't scream at night anymore. I'm fairly sure I don't. Though that's not to say I can't sleep all that well. That's not to say I can sleep all that well. Funny how at one point something like that was the biggest problem in my life. It was so long ago. Or at least it feels like so long ago. So much has happened since then. Isn't there supposed to be choices in this thing? I don't feel like I've made any choices. Maybe the choices come when I decide to kill Anna. And my eye itches. So much has happened since then. Anyway, the morning after, I would wake up sweaty and tired, but it wasn't until Grace told me about the screaming that I found out why. Grace said it happened about once a week. It really freaked her out the first few times it happened, but then she got used to it. Or as used as you can, or as used to it as you can. It makes me feel like an a-hole, realizing how nonchalant I was about it. Screaming every few nights in my sleep I felt a small price to pay, so I wouldn't have to bother with the past. But it didn't matter in the end. If I decided to face the past or not, either way, it was coming. The second time Anna and I met as adults, we were neighbors. I was coming back home from a morning shift at the store. I went into our building, up to the second floor, down the hall to mine, and Grace's door, and I froze. There was something standing in front of our door. There was someone standing in front of our door. That someone was her. Anna? Jack? Oh, goodness. What are you doing here? Don't tell me you... She pointed at the door as if to ask if I lived there. Yes, that's my apartment. As you damn well know. The hallway air felt warm and stale, soup-like. What are you doing here? I was going to say hello to my new neighbor. So, hello. Wait, huh? And here. She pushed something into my hands. It was a plate wrapped in plastic wrap. There was something brown on the plate. Brownies. I'm sure you'll like them, Jack. But we're not neighbors. I spat the words out. Yes, we are. I'm right over there. Anna showed me the door to the right of mine. Ah. That place has been empty for weeks. I'm pretty sure the guy who lived there before that was a heroin addict. I'm pretty sure the guy who lived there before was a heroin addict. He didn't seem so bad now. What an amazing coincidence, though. To think we'd end up living so close by. It's not a coincidence, is it? Pardon? Come on, really? What are you trying to do? It's obviously it's obvious you planned this. There's no way something like this could happen by accident. Anna laughed. It was a sound like a fork scraping a plate. Well, you can believe it's a coincidence, or you can believe it's not. Either way, we'll be seeing each other pretty often. Enjoy the brownies. Thanks. I'm not a big fan of sweet stuff, but I'm sure Grace will love them. Grace? Who's Grace? Oh, she's about to go psycho! My girlfriend. I pointed out our door with my thumb. I pointed at her door with my thumb. We live together. My idea was that in case she was acting like this because she was interested in me, I gently tell her I was taken. Grace? Yes. She must be a nice girl. The best I've ever known. She's lucky to have you. It's the other way around. Well, it's been nice chatting. I'll say hi to Grace for you. I should go in and say hello myself. No need. And she's not here right now. But, bye. I pretended to lock the door. Why did you pretend to lock the door? Why don't you just go into your apartment and lock the door? It was it was already locked because Grace was home. I slipped in and shut the door in Anna's face. In the apartment I could finally breathe freely again. Son of a bitch. Talk to this girl, be friends with her? Not a chance. She creeped the hell out of me. Writing all this down, I can see why Grace thought I was overreacting. The plain facts of it don't seem that bad at all. A friend I can't talk. A friend hadn't seen in years, noticed me at the workplace, talked with me a bit, and then happened to move in right next to me. But I knew right from the start that there was something off about her. That's not something to ignore. Paranoid? Yeah. But in the case, I was right to be paranoid. It's because I let my guard down that all this shit happened. But still no word from the doctor about when I'll be able to get out of here. In fact, I haven't seen him all day. I hope he's just busy. What if something happened to him? It's the paranoia talking again. No, that's not paranoia. That's just plain stupid. And it can't make a doctor disappear and get away with it. But I've got to say, if this doctor did disappear, it wouldn't be much of a loss to this hospital, I think. I have to ask him to give me some neck exercises. I can do. My neck hurts from cranking my bed to... Wait. My neck hurts from cranking my head to the side all the time to look at the sky. Well, at least the weather's bad now, and I'm not looking... at least the weather's bad now. I'm not looking there as much. It's weird how a little neck pain is causing me trouble with how broken and battered the rest of me is. No, I probably shouldn't mention my neck to him. They might up my dosage, and what'll I'll do then when my brain turns to mush? Maybe then I'd be happy. In any case, I have things to do, and I need to clear my mind to do them. I hope that's what I'm writing makes sense. I hope that what I'm writing makes sense. What I'm reading doesn't make sense, because I can't read. I hope I haven't gone down the rabbit hole already, and all I'm doing is scrawling line after line of meaningless chicken scratch. But that'd be pretty funny, I guess, in a pretty unfunny way. August 12th. Anna's brownies were tasty. I didn't have any, but Grace said so. I wanted to throw the brownies in the trash, but Grace caught wind of them too quickly. She's like a bloodhound when it comes to sweet stuff, chocolate especially. And then, of course, I had to explain where I got them. Huh, weird. I know, right? There's no way it's a coincidence. Yeah, it must be a sign. You're so naive. A sign of what? That she's stalking me? I know it's weird that she was... I know. It's weird that she was stalking me, since she knew where I lived. But but that she didn't know about Grace? I mean, she couldn't have known with how surprised she was. I don't think she was acting. Was it just a coincidence then? No, absolutely not. That I refuse to accept. I think I'll go say hi. I can make something for her too. Do you have any butter left? I want to bake her cookies. Yeah, and then you'll yeah, and then you'll eat most of them on your own. Hey, I don't see the point on going to visit her though. We'll see more than enough of her anyway. We live so close by. We're neighbors. I want us to get started on the right foot, and maybe she and I could be friends. I think that would be nice. I wrap my arms around her. Of course, you deserve that. But please, find a friend that's not her. Why? Once again, I couldn't properly explain why. I couldn't put it down as anything more than a hunch, a gut feeling I'd get whenever I was near her. I've at least got to see her for myself, to see if she's really such a horrible person. Trust me, you're better off without it. The next day, in the afternoon, I was lying down on our sofa. I was nursing a headache that had been with me since morning. Grace told me she'd be right back. She went out of the apartment with something in her hands, and then a smell of freshly baked cookies wafted out of the kitchen. It still took me about 2 minutes to piece the puzzle together. "Ah, shit," I whispered. I was immediately up. Not good, not good. Panic struck me harder than I would have expected. It was like with Grace seeing Anna all by herself, some vulnerable part of me was exposed. I wanted to bring Grace back and lock the door and keep her safe and never ever let her out of my sight. But I also didn't want to go in there. I just stood there, head in my hands, wondering what the hell to do. All at once, I was telling myself to go there, you coward. Go there, you coward. But also to stay here, you idiot. And somewhere far away, a tiny little voice, a very tiny, very little, was telling me I was overreacting. Then there came the sound of glass breaking. It came from where else? Anna's apartment. I went to the wall that separated our apartments. Now there was no sound at all, nothing to explain the crash. I finally overcame our cowardice. I dashed from our apartment to hers. When I got there, I saw broken glass and blood, Grace kneeling down, and Anna stood above her, and they were both smiling. They stopped when they noticed me there, out of breath and confused. Jack? Hi, Jack. Did you decide to join us? No, what the hell is going on? This? Anna waved her hand off the floor at all the bits of glass, white ceramic actually. There were also scattered cookies and drops of blood. Yes, that. Just looking at the blood made me feel sick, like I was going to throw up, but I couldn't peel my eyes away from it. I've always been like that around blood. I never had the stomach for it. Grace was picking up broken pieces of ceramic. There was a little accident. An accident? Yes, what else? Grace, what happened? It's my fault, really. The cookies were hotter than I thought, so I dropped the whole plate. And it was Anna's plate, too. Be careful, Grace. You might cut yourself. She cut herself already. Look! Huh? She only now she only now seemed to notice the blood around here. But Grace checked her hands, turned them around a few times from every angle, but found no cuts there. It's not me. It's my blood. What? Anna Anna was, I just noticed, holding her left hand tightly with her right. There was a little blood still trickling. There was a little blood still trickling from between her knuckles. Oh no! Grace's hands hovered over Anna's. She looked willing to help out, but afraid she'd do something wrong. How did this even happen? I tried to pick up some pieces. They're pretty sharp, aren't they? Hang on, Anna. I'm fine. You don't need to do anything. The way Anna said that was forceful, almost harsh. Grace backed away. I can still help. She remembered I was there. Jack, go get some gauze. We have gauze? Oh, useless. Frustrated, more frustrated than I'd ever seen her, Grace ran off to get the gauze herself. She left me there in the belly of the beast. I tried being polite. Shame about the cookies. A real shame. I didn't get to eat a single one. Well, actually, she picked one up with the free fingers on her left hand. Some of the blood got on the cookie. Before I could say anything, she ate it in one bite. Jesus. It's not bad at all. They're still warm. Do you want one? I'll pass. God, you make me sick. That's not a very nice thing to say, Jack. If anyone else said it. But I'll forgive you. She licked her lips. She's a psychopath. I should have left, but I was like a frog being stared down by a snake. I wonder what's taking Grace so long. She must be flustered. Poor girl. So much worry about a teeny little cut. It's not serious? It's not. How do you know? I've seen a lot of cuts. I can't imagine. Anna laughed. I'm a nurse. That I couldn't imagine. It's still hard to believe, though. It's still hard to believe, though I see proof of it every day. There's a lot of blood. You don't believe me? Look. She showed me her hand. The cut ran from the base of her thumb towards the middle of her hand. The wound was thin, but long and ragged. The skin around the wound was pale and moist, showing how flesh was cut. I could have puked. Oh, doesn't it look bad? Does it look bad? Don't worry, it won't even scar. Stop that. You're really a... I don't remember what I was going to say. It wasn't nice in any case. What stopped me was Grace coming back. Sorry. There wasn't any gauze. Here. She brought a roll of pink toilet paper. I hope this is good enough. Thank you, Grace, but I don't need it. You don't? No, see? The blood stopped. Anna flashed a smile. The corner of her mouth were still red. August 13th. This is weird. Hang on, I'm going to check my phone real quick. Okay. None of that's important. August 13th. Good day today. Didn't see Anna once. But enough of that. After what happened where I left off yesterday, I was sure Grace and I were on the same page. But no. In the end, I was the one who cleaned up the bloody mess on the floor. I threw away the cookies before Anna could get her hands on any more. Back in our apartment, Grace let out a long sigh. What a mess, am I right? Yeah, and it was all my fault. I meant Anna. You did just meet her, right? Yes. And? Well, I can see why you've been avoiding her. If that's what you mean. Thank you. She's She's beautiful. I thought she would be some shy little girl or a crazy cat lady or something. But she's like a model. What? No. Don't try to deny it, Jack. It's why you don't want to go near her, isn't it? You don't want to be tempted. I shook my head. I really didn't see her that way. Now, with a little more perseverance, I can... Now with a little more perspective, I can say... Now with a little more... I can't read. Now with a little more perspective, I can say it's true. What a waste of good looks. She's more beautiful than me. Hey, don't say that. She's not. She is. Grace dropped her gaze, stared at her hands. And she wasn't mad that I ruined her plate. She wasn't scared of blood either. She's just so... I took her hand in mine. They were cold. Grace? Jack? You're beautiful and kind. More beautiful and kind than any other girl in the world. I'm lucky as hell to have you. My cheeks burned. I must have looked like a tomato. I wasn't used to saying stuff like this. I mean it. So don't say stuff like that. Okay? Oh. Grace blinked like she'd just spoken up. Oh. I've been saying a lot of dumb stuff, I guess. I'm sorry. I'm a real hassle, huh? No, don't say that. And don't say you're sorry either. You've done nothing to feel sorry for. She apologizes way too often. August 15th. I didn't write anything yesterday. The pain in my leg made it so I couldn't focus. It's been hurting like a bitch for the past few days. I gave it and asked the doctor about it. He's fine, by the way. Didn't disappear or anything. Must have taken a few days off. I asked him about the pain and asked if he could do anything about it. Apparently, pain's a good sign. I think that's what he said. So I guess my leg is healing all right. But it still hurts. When the doctor went away, I complained out loud that it hurts. One of the other patients must have thought that I was talking to him. The patients here now are not the same guys I mentioned before. Maybe one is, but that's all. The others went away. To another part of the hospital or home, or maybe the morgue. I don't know. I wasn't keeping track. So I said something about how my leg hurts, and a guy on the bed next to mine, a kid actually, can't be more than 18 or 19, starts talking to me. I think he said he's in a lot of pain too. I couldn't understand most of it though. His jaw been wired shut. Anything he tried to say turns to moans and a lot of drool. The nurse came in, not Anna, and told him he shouldn't speak if he wants his mouth to get better. So he shut up. Not much else happened, but my leg really is bothering me. But it's a deep pain. It doesn't feel like it's healing. It feels wrong, in a way that makes my teeth hurt too. I'll stop with the leg now. I have to get my mind off of it. It hurts so much. I'll check where I left off the day before and go from there. You're not coming with us? Again? No, I don't feel like it. But Anna is so great to hang out with. Yesterday we went window shopping, then we went to the cafe, and then we had ice cream in the park. Sounds fun. It was. Anna is a really interesting person. You should give her a chance. I want us all to be friends. So please come along. No, I'll pass. Sorry. A moment later, Anna came in without knocking. She never knocked anymore. Ready, Grace? Yes, in a minute. Grace heaved a sigh. Are you sure you don't want to go? Yes, I'm sure. Go have fun without me. Okay then, some other time. We kiss? Have fun. We will. Bye. Grace and Anna became friends. Good friends. Very soon after they first met. I was against it, but I found it hard to complain seeing Grace so happy. They spent quite a lot of time together. Whenever I said anything about this, Grace would tease me. She'd say I was jealous, but she would also invite me to come with. I always declined. I eventually got used to it, and things were quiet for a while. Once at the store, I was applying discounts during work hours. It should have been done before we opened, but someone had been slacking off. I won't point fingers. It was Don, the old guy. So I was the one stuck wondering what kind of dog food the 20% off, I can't speak, the 20% off should go on, or something like that. The lists they gave us were always terrible, so full of corrections you could barely read them. I was about to choose a random where to apply the discount sticker. Someone put a hand on my shoulder. Oh, Anna. There was a tightness in my chest, but it passed within a second. As I said, I've gotten used to it. She didn't scare me anymore. Hi. How are you, Jack? I'm alright, thanks. Hey, random question. Do you like big dogs or small dogs? Oh, what? Hang on. Wait. Is there back? Oh, Jack. Jack asked that. I thought she asked that. Hey, random question. Do you like big dogs or small dogs? Big dogs, I guess. I see. I bent down and placed a sticker reducing the price of the dog food that had one of those wiener dogs on the packaging. Grace is in the break room, by the way. Oh, I know. I was just there. But I wanted to see you. Yeah? Why? I haven't seen you at all for the past week, you know. Didn't you notice? I guess. I was called in to work a lot, and you must have been busy here too. Yep, busy. We should meet more often. After all these years apart, we must have a lot of stories to tell, huh? Yeah, maybe. Jack, you mentioned dogs, right? Right? Was that because of Buddy? Who's Buddy? So you really don't remember anything? Nope. I don't remember this Buddy, and I don't remember knowing you either. Of course, now I do know about Buddy. I don't remember his breed or how old he was or anything other than his name, really. But I do know of him. A certain picture book told me. That's really too bad. But it'll all come back to you, I'm sure. Who knows? Buddy was a real sweet dog. You liked him a lot. I shrugged. And he loved you. But then again, that dog loved everyone. He was so trusting. Too trusting. I'm sure he was. Are you really fine with not knowing about so much of your life, Jack? Yeah, I am. I'm used to it by now. I think it would feel weird if I could remember, actually. I suppose it's easier, in a way. Oh, that was her. I suppose it's easier in a way. There are some things best forgotten after all, aren't there? Yeah. Yeah. Of course there are. And I wish some of those things would have stayed had the decency to stay forgotten. Why mention it now, though? Oh, no reason. I was just a little curious. I didn't believe her. I sensed that there was something in particular she wanted me to remember. I do know what that is now, but I still don't know why she wants me to remember what she did. Is it some sick form of love, or does she want to finish the job? Is it both? I don't know. I really don't. Her mind is as much a mystery to me now as it ever was. Wait, hold on, I thought I missed something. What did that say? Interlude, Anna in Wonderland. What's this about? Dear Diary, I found him. It was beautiful. It was like fate. It was fate. As soon as I came to the city, I caught his scent in the air. A little, but mostly I smelled homeless people and gasoline. Why did you go all the way out here, Jack? You love nature, the smell of pines, where we grew up. I was ready to spend weeks looking for you, Jack. Or months, years if I had to. I even got a job at the hospital here. They're understaffed, so it was easy. This is from Anna's perspective. But there you were, in the first store I went to. I didn't even go in to look for you. Fate, fate, fate. But you were a little strange. Surely you recognized me. I hadn't changed that much, have I? I mean, it's been a while, and I have tried to make myself pretty for you, in every way I can think of. But you knew it was me, right? I knew it was you. You haven't forgotten me. Were you pretending? Playing a game? Yes, that must be it. Well, I'd love to wait and see what you're doing, dear, but I've been a patient girl for too long. Dear Diary, Friday, Jack Friday. I knew he changed his name to that, but it's just so funny, isn't it? Well, I'll have to change mine back, Jack, for when we're married. Wait, we'll have to change it back, Jack, for when we're married. I want the real one to follow my first name. Jack Friday. It made me giggle when I saw it in your employee records, darling. I just had a peek, nothing more. Just to see where you lived. I wanted to follow you home at first, but then I thought, hey, wouldn't it be insanely romantic if the next time I saw you, we lived right next to each other? I knew you were playing a little game, and you don't know me anymore, but that's not too much, is it, being neighbors? You wouldn't be angry, right? Even if it makes you angry, I have to do at least this, right? I can't wait anymore. I'm tired of being by myself. I've waited this long already. I've prepared for you so much. Maybe you won't be mad. Please don't be mad. Please. P.S. One thing, my darling. That street where you live, isn't it a terrible part of town? Run down and cheap and even dangerous. I haven't been here for long, but I think that's right. Is that part of your game too? And working in a store? That must be it as well. Someone like you should never work there. Instead, you should be a... Gosh, I can't even imagine what. And isn't that perfect? I don't want you working anywhere. I want you all for me. Okay, so she thinks everything's a game! Oh, okay. I think some women need to realize that guys don't play games. They just kind of like pretty straightforward. I mean, maybe some do, but I'm pretty sure the vast majority, if they say, hey, my favorite color is gray, then his favorite color is gray. It's not code for, I actually like blue because I did not bad. I don't know. Anyway, Dear Diary. The street is worse than I thought. God, the smell. Do you really know what you're doing, Jack? No, I shouldn't doubt you. I know. The rent is cheap, at least. Very cheap. But more importantly than that, or anything else, there was a vacancy right next to your apartment. I can't wait to move in. We'll be neighbors. I'll see so much of you. It will make me drunk. Okay? Dear Diary, what a beautiful dump. I said this to the landlord when I bought my things here, when I brought my things here. He thought I was complaining. He said I should have checked out the apartment before I rented it. He's an idiot. There could be a swarm of rats or roaches living in the apartment, or crack addicts for that matter, and I wouldn't give a darn. But still, I can't keep it dirty forever. I have to practice my homemaking skills. Time to make this dump a home. Dear Diary, just back from a quick jog. Gotta stay in shape, and the brownies are just about done. I know. I should have kept an eye on them. But I've been doing this for long enough. You know. The brownies are perfect. Not burnt, not raw, just right. I hope he likes them. Jack, I don't know if I can go on. Who's this girl? I'm the one for you. The only one for you. And yet you... I know this is part of your plan, but you don't have to do it this way. Why are you being so cruel? I have work now. I don't care. I'll go sleep. Dear Diary, I cried all the bad feelings out. Things don't seem nearly as bad now. Jack is testing me, so I have to show him I have what it takes. This is nothing at all. I can do this. Dear Diary, I met her today. Grace. I hope she doesn't get in the way. She's a sweet girl. But she's clumsy. She dropped a plate, my plate too, of cookies, and there were cookies and broken pieces of porcelain everywhere. I'm pretty clumsy too, I guess. I cut myself on a shard when I tried to pick it up. Jack came in just as I got cut. He must have sensed I was hurt. There was lots of blood from the wound so small. The blood reminded me of that time. It always does. I showed it to Jack. He looked like he was going to vomit. Great acting, Jack. I love you. This girl's insane. Dear Diary, I've gotten better at playing along with Jack's little game. I see him a lot more now, everywhere I go. Nearly half of those times, I'm not even trying to make our paths cross. Fate. I'm also seeing Grace a lot more. She's always asking me to go somewhere with her or to chat. She's always coming over to my apartment without Jack. She's becoming a real bother, honestly, but I act nice. That girl tells me things about Jack, after all. Though, of course, she doesn't know anything about him. Of course, she doesn't know anything about him that I don't. That's because she doesn't really know Jack. But now I know what he's pretending to be like. He told Grace that he has amnesia. It's a little unoriginal, Jack, don't you think? That's okay, though. She believes you. That dumb little... Dear Diary, I'm troubled. I'm starting to think that Jack is not pretending. What if he really has forgotten all about me? No, I can't have that. I need a sign, Jack. Just one little sign, so that I know you remember. One sign. Anything is fine. Dear Diary, Jack doesn't remember me. I'm pretty sure of it now. He doesn't remember anything. Darn. But that's a good thing. He hasn't been acting cold on purpose. I'll give him his memory a little jog, and that'll be that. Good as new. But this also means that he's serious about that Grace girl. We can't have that. No. I'm starting to see her true colors. She's a filthy seductress? Whatever, all right. She's also an idiot. She invited me for dinner tomorrow at her apartment. Their apartment. Her and Jack's apartment. The apartment they're sharing together. Without me. August 16th. Terrible day. Really awkward. Anna was hovering around me all day. I swear she was here for... What? Mork? Mork? I think that's supposed to say more. For more than 2 shifts. How the bell does that work? How the bell? Don't you mean, okay, how the hell does that work? I couldn't write it all. Okay, you're doing it on purpose. It's part of the thing. I couldn't write it all. She's only gone now, and it's after midnight. I guess I should mark this as the 17th then, not the 16th. Oh, who cares? Now I have to write in the dark, but that's fine. I don't see it being a problem. So, not long after, did I write about how Anna came to see me at the store that one time? Yeah, I did. Not long after that, Grace invited Anna over for dinner. She could have told me before asking Anna. Not that I would have said no. I didn't have an excuse to say no. But I mean, she only told me about dinner a few hours before it. Yes, I was prepared for a really relaxing evening, and all of a sudden Grace said she would start making dinner. Oh, wait. I forgot to tell you, Jack. I shouldn't be so bitter and childish. People forget. It happens. She didn't mean anything bad by it. It still rubbed me the wrong way, though. Anna was going to invade my home and be there for hours, and I'm pretty sure I had every right to be angry about that. No, I'm sure. I should have sent her packing the first time I saw her, and then when she moved in next to us, and a million times after that. I should have. The fault is mine. So yeah, dinner. The food tastes amazing, Jack. Thanks. I barely made anything. Oh, this is chapter 4. Okay, so I'm actually going to end this here, and chapter 4 will be the next video. Alrighty? Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.